yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was getting all my money's worth when it came to my education. So I made sure to do a lot of research. Hey guys, it's me, Lorenz. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. So if you watched my previous video, then you know that life has been kind of crazy and I have decided to do something a little bit different. I've decided to go to cosmetology school. So I'm super stoked. I decided to go to cosmetology school because my curly journey has affected me so deeply in my confidence and how I see myself and how I picture myself as a woman. So when it comes to cosmetology school, I took it really seriously, just as I did like going to college. I don't take my education lightly. I very much love school, and I'm very much one of those people who loves learning new things. The truth be told, before I started looking into cosmetology school, I had no idea like all it would entail. So I did a little research. I am in DFW, and I recently found out that the Texas state requirement has actually gone down for licensing. So it used to be 1,500 hours, and now it is only 1,000 hours. That sounds like a lot of time, but really it seems like cosmetology and esthetician programs are very short. While I was doing some research, it looks like programs can be anywhere from like 6 to 7 months to about a year, year and a half. It just really depends on your pace, how you learn, and the school that you chose to do your program at. Something that I didn't know before doing all my research is that cosmetology really is more focused on hair. You get a little bit of skin and nails and makeup, but not really very much, just because, fun fact, you don't need a license in the state of Texas to do makeup. So for the cosmetology program in Texas, it's 1,500, well, pardon me, it's 1,000 hours now. And I knew that going to different schools, I would really want to know how that 1,500 program versus the 1,000-hour program really differs. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was getting all my money's worth when it came to my education, so I made sure to do a lot of research. I also suggest, depending on where you're located, to do a bunch of research for yourself as well. You won't know until you go like tour the school, talk to someone, just really get involved, because for the next like year of your life, you are going to be doing nothing but this, and possibly you're probably working. So make sure that you really, really like where you're going to go and you really think that they're the best fit for you. So, to the cosmetology school reviews. So truth be told, when I started looking for cosmetology schools, I honestly thought I had a couple in mind. Paul Mitchell, Aveda, Ogle, and TINT Cosmetology School of Makeup. I did a tour of Paul Mitchell Dallas, but it's actually in Carrollton, which is about 30 to 35 minutes away from me. That was a huge, huge con for me. I got to my tour like about 15 minutes earlier, and I kind of got a scope of where Paul Mitchell Dallas was. Carrollton is like a really like busy place, it's bustling, but where the school was in an industrial zone. And what I mean by that is it was no shopping center, there were really no other businesses around. Paul Mitchell Dallas is right next to a rock climbing gym. They're in the same building, and that's literally all that's around. That was really a con for me, because out of all the YouTube videos I watched, they said that walk-ins are really important, especially in the time of COVID. Like, you gotta be careful with who you have coming in. My tour ended up being on a Monday just because of my work schedule, and unfortunately, no one was there at the school. It was really weird, truth be told, to go to the Paul Mitchell. It was very boring, I guess. Walking through the school, I honestly wasn't like super impressed. It was clean, nothing was really going on. Ashley was super informative about all the products and the rooms and what kind of happened in each room and each phase of the program. She showed me the kit, which was great. But yeah, I I really wasn't all that ecstatic about Paul Mitchell Dallas. The name was there, but really that was about it. Here's my review of Ogle. So Ogle has like 2 locations in Dallas. One is in downtown and the other is like in Plano. Too far for me. I never even got to the tour for Ogle. I filled out a form on their website, and within 2 days, like 5 different people contacted me from the one form that I filled out. It was horrible. Horrible. I personally am someone who really cares about professionalism, because how professional you are is how professional like your brand is. I just really hold professionalism and like communication to a high standard, and you know, that just may be me, but honestly I think it saved me. They obviously don't seem very organized. They don't seem like they know like who is contacting who and when. I didn't care for that, because from the research that I've done, the cosmetology school is the one that sets up your license and like regulation state board test. So if they can't get their shit together to just get me on a phone call or let me do a virtual tour, then how can I give you thousands of dollars and then you not even know that I already contacted you? I didn't care for that. Professionalism, number 1, guys. I then had a TINT Cosmetology school. It is in Irving, about 45 minutes away from me. I was just considering them because I did like the makeup that they did. I did a virtual tour, and it wasn't even a virtual tour. It was actually a video of the school, but that was only pictures. Lady on the phone was nice. She seemed really bored. She didn't seem passionate with what she was doing. They seemed to really push makeup, which is fine. I love makeup. I love playing around with it, like special effects and otherwise. But after learning that in Texas, I don't need a license to do makeup, I didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to learn how to do makeup over hair. They were the only school that I had looked at that had a makeup kit, which is super cool. I didn't really care for it. Like, I had my own makeup, whatever. I gave her my feedback about why I was choosing a different school, and they can do with that as they wish. And then the last school that I toured was Aveda Institute of Dallas. It is actually 15 minutes from me, which I love. I'm really glad that I went to the Aveda Institute with an open mind, because at this point I was really disheartened by what I saw, and I was just kind of ready to like give up on this whole cosmetology thing. So I end up going to the tour for Aveda in person, and it was honestly the best decision I could have made. I parked in the parking garage. The door to the student area was actually open, so I got to see a little sneak peek of the back area for the students and their lockers. So I walked in, and immediately I was like, oh, this is a spa setting. Like, I am legit in a salon. This is a mood, okay? Like, I'm totally vibing with this. I also found out when I had just gotten to Aveda that they have a curly product line. I didn't know that just because of the products that I've been looking into, but I'm really interested to try the Aveda Be Curly line. So when I got to the tour, I checked in with the lady at the front desk, and she took my temperature, which honestly was like, ah! Like, I was already sold on the COVID protocol safety. Also had like 6-foot distancing all over the salon. Sorry, all over the front area of the salon. And I didn't see that at Paul Mitchell. Yes, Paul Mitchell was separating, but that was about it. I didn't see people, so I couldn't really tell. So I ended up talking to the Aveda admissions person, Victoria. Hey girl, hope you're watching this. And truth be told, I was a little taken aback by the question she was asking. No other school had asked me about my prior experience with makeup. No other school had asked me like why I had chosen cosmetology. No other school had really like gone in depth as to like how I could build my career and my future with cosmetology. Victoria was incredible. After I told her like what I wanted and why I was going in this direction, she made me feel as if I had a future at Aveda. It was wonderful. Like I had toured a couple of different places and I was really like beat down by the caliber of place of cosmetology school that I had been looking at. So it was so nice to go to a school that actually gave a shit about what I was trying to do in this career path and how they could assist me with that. While I was there, I learned that Aveda is holistic in everything that they do. Actually, all of their products are plant derived and plant based. Even their color lines are like 98% plant based, which is insane to me. Like that's wonderful. They are animal cruelty free, and I'm pretty sure they're vegan, but don't quote me on that. But I'd ended up taking a tour with Victoria and she walked me through the building. She walked me through the different phases of the school. I got to see the classrooms and what they were working on. We talked about the kit, but I did not see it. And honestly, I left my Aveda tour like ready to go. I felt so good about this potential new career for myself and what I could do with it and the artistry involved that I legit told Victoria in our meeting that if everything goes well financial aid wise, I would like sign up right then and there. And luckily, everything did work out financial aid wise. This step in my journey won't be nearly as stressful thanks to money. If you didn't already guess, I will be going to the Aveda Institute of Dallas starting in December. I am absolutely stoked. Like, I don't think I've been this excited for something in a minute. I'm excited to get back to school just because I love learning. I honestly like can't wait to get into hair and messing with curly girls and with blondes and straight hair and girls of all textures, men's haircuts. Like I'm literally ready to do it all. I had a wonderful tour with Aveda. I had a pretty good one with Paul Mitchell. Ogle was a shit show and Tint was lackluster. So that just shows you like how different each cosmetology school and program can be for you and for me. It really depends on what you focus on, like what's most important to you. If you want to drive a long distance, if that even matters to you, how much you're trying to spend, what your goals are career-wise, and what your why is. At the end of the day, whatever choice you make for yourself will always be the best one. Just make sure to make it like with a whole heart and know exactly why you're doing what you're doing. And yeah, there's no limit to what you could do. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comments about any of the schools in DFW that I mentioned, or any of these name brand schools that you are going to outside of Texas, please drop a comment. I'm going based off of my first impression and a tour. So I'm hoping I'm wrong about all of these schools, because I really hope that everyone is getting a wonderful education and they're learning everything that they should be learning for the state board and want to be learning for themselves. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe and keep a lookout for all of my upcoming Aveda Institute of Dallas videos.